you should only watch Chosen One videos from Obsidian.
Don't listen to that BS controversy.
Except for our videos, though. Our videos have special activation
I don't care what your videos mean or what they are. They're not specialer than any of us, dude. They're not that
special. Idiot off.
They will take you to the 9th dimensional avatar state.
You have to see
You're wrong, and I will shut you down.
Good. Go away.
Gotta keep the psyop going, Mike. Come on.
Chosen One, you've been moving in silence like a real one this whole time, and now it's about to get loud. While these folks have been running their mouths thinking they got you figured out, you've been cooking up something so cold, it's about to leave everybody shook. You saved your best trick for last, and nobody even saw it coming. You sitting at life's poker table, keeping that face stone cold, while all these clowns around you thinking they got you right where they want you. They looking at you like, yeah, we definitely got this one figured out. That's their first mistake right there. See, you've been holding your cards so close to your chest that nobody could see what you was really working with. Every single spade, every ace, every move you made was calculated down to the smallest detail. You wasn't just playing the game, you was the game. And now it's time to show these people what real power looks like. Wait until you hear about what's coming with your ex. That story's gonna make you laugh so hard, you might fall out your chair. And that business situation that's been stressing you out, that's about to flip in a way that's gonna shock everybody, including yourself. You walking with something they can't see, something they can't touch, something they definitely can't understand or compete with. When you got the universe backing you up like this, the playing field ain't just tilted, it's completely vertical. What's about to happen to you ain't gonna be fair, and honestly, it shouldn't be fair after everything you've been through. Even the people watching from the sidelines gonna be jumping up and clapping for you because they recognize real when they see it. You know how some people just got that energy that makes you want to root for them? That's you right now, and everyone can feel it. You've been thinking small about yourself for way too long, walking around like you don't deserve the best things in life. That mindset is about to get completely destroyed because the universe don't see you as average, don't see you as less than, don't see you as somebody who should be struggling and scraping by. The universe got plans for you to live large, to have abundance flowing from every direction, to walk in the fullness of what you're supposed to be. This is your moment to step into that next level lifestyle, to embrace that abundance that's been waiting for you, to finally see yourself the way the universe sees you. And trust me, when I tell you about the investigation that's coming, the way truth is about to expose everything and everybody, you're going to understand why this victory hits different than anything you ever experienced before. You've been preparing for this your whole life, even when you didn't know it. Every challenge, every setback, every time somebody tried to play you or count you out, all of that was just training for this moment right here. Now, let me tell you who you've been up against this whole time, because this is where the story gets real spicy. You've been playing against the ultimate trickster, the master manipulator, the one who thinks they run every game in town. The person sitting across from you at this table thought they had the best hand possible. Your main enemy is sitting there right now looking all kinds of pressed because they can't believe what just happened. I'm talking about the kind of shock where their whole face just dropped and they sitting there like, hold up, this ain't how this was supposed to go down. They looking at you with that expression like, wait a minute, I thought I had all the tricks, but you just pulled something I never even seen before. They studying your face, trying to figure out how you knew what they was planning, how you stayed 3 steps ahead of every move they made. And Al, wait until you hear about how deep this conspiracy went. We talking about people you trusted, people you let get close to you, people who was feeding information back to your enemies. Some of these folks been playing the long game, sitting right next to you at family dinners, hanging out with you on weekends, all while reporting back to somebody who wanted to see you fail. Your enemy didn't know what you was really working with, though. They thought they had you completely figured out, thought they knew every move you was gonna make before you made it. They've been watching you for months, maybe even years, taking notes, looking for weaknesses, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This whole situation been like playing in their house on that turf with their rules, with their people dealing the cards. You know how they say the house always wins? Well, you just walked into that casino and burned it down. You took their own game and flipped it so hard they don't even recognize it anymore. The crazy part is coming though. When I tell you about the romantic setup they had planned for you, the way they was gonna use your feelings against you, you're gonna see just how deep this thing really went. You walked into their territory and completely flipped the script on them. You took back everything they thought they had stolen from you, plus interest, plus damages, plus a little extra for the disrespect. The universe don't play when it comes to evening the score. They thought they was running the show, calling all the shots, but you just showed them who really got the juice in this situation. Your enemy sitting there looking like they just lost their life savings at the casino. And honestly, they basically did. Now that you don't handle your business in the most epic way possible, you got some serious decisions to make. This victory just opened up doors you didn't even know existed, and you gotta figure out how you wanna step into this new reality. The first thing you probably noticing is that your environment don't match your energy no more. Maybe you've been living in a situation that wasn't really reflecting who you are, and now you got the power and the resources to change that completely. You looking around at the people in your circle, and you starting to see some things real clear now. Some of these folks around you been letting negative energy work through them. The crazy part is, some of them don't even know they was being used. This ain't about being forced to make changes though. This is about having options you never had before. Choices that most people only dream about. You can move to that neighborhood you always drove through wishing you could afford. You can travel to those places you've been seeing on social media, thinking maybe one day you sitting there realizing, since I got this kind of power now, since I'm operating on this level now, I might as well live like it. You can relocate to that city you always wanted to check out. You got traveling options, opening up left and right, and I'm not talking about budget trips either. The restaurant you used to walk past because it was too expensive, you can eat there now. That car you've been wanting, that's within reach now. That lifestyle you've been watching other people live, you can step into that now. Your victory gave you the freedom to choose based on what you actually want, not what you can afford or what other people think you deserve. And the wild part is coming when I tell you about the divine backup you had during this whole situation. You're gonna understand why your enemies never had a real chance. Now let me tell you the real secret behind your victory, because this is where the story gets supernatural. You wasn't fighting this battle by yourself, not even close. You had backup that your enemy couldn't see, couldn't touch, couldn't even begin to understand. When you got heaven on your payroll, the whole game changes completely. Your enemy thought they was going head to head with just you, but they was actually going up against forces that have been moving since before they was even born. Your enemy thinking they fighting you one-on-one, but the whole time there's divine protection standing right behind them with weapons they can't even comprehend. They so focused on trying to take you down, they don't even notice the shadow that's been following them around. That's the trick your enemy never saw coming, and it's about to get even wilder when I tell you about how your ex fits into all this. They thought this was just regular human drama, but they was dealing with cosmic level intervention. They say the truth will set you free, but most can't handle it. For the chosen ones in the Obsidian inner order, it's not just the truth, it's the whole cosmic download. No sugarcoating, no escape. Picture this, weekly group calls with 450 plus chosen ones, recorded and available anytime for your enlightenment. Our private Discord is not just active, it's alive, buzzing with ideas, breakthroughs, and that unstoppable chosen energy. And for the seekers, dive into modern manifestation mechanics, our exclusive grimoire with 3 chapters available to members. Learn how to turn your home into an abundance magnet, master basic spellcraft for physical manifestation, and channel magical forces to elevate your goals. Plus, you'll get access to interviews with real targeted individuals and video specials so bold, the YouTube archons don't even want you to see them. This is more than a membership, it's a movement. So what are you waiting for? Stop searching, start ascending. The link is in the description. The universe always outsmarts the tricksters, always stays 10 steps ahead of the manipulators, always knows how to turn their own schemes against them. And since you align with that power, since you got that light covering you, since you moving in that energy, you always gonna come out on top. Your enemy gonna be sitting there looking confused for years, trying to figure out how everything went so wrong for them. They're going to replay this situation over and over in their head, looking for the moment where they lost control, but they're going to come up empty every time. They're going to be like, how did that happen? We had them exactly where we wanted them. We planned this perfectly. We covered every angle. And you're just going to be able to look at them like you thought you knew what you was dealing with, but you was out of your league from day one. The investigation that's coming is going to reveal just how protected you really are, how every move your enemies made was being watched and counted before they even finished thinking about it. Now we get into the part of the story that's going to have you shaking your head at how deep this deception really went. Your ex wasn't just somebody who hurt your feelings. They was literally a weapon that got deployed against you. I'm talking about military-level strategic planning. This person was handpicked, trained, and sent on a specific mission to destroy you from the inside out. They was targeting you with fake love, fake affection, fake everything that you value in a relationship. Every conversation, every date, every intimate moment was calculated to make you vulnerable. They studied you before they even approached you. They knew what type of person you attracted to, what kind of words make you feel special, what your weaknesses are, what your dreams are. They crafted this whole fake personality designed to make you fall hard and fast. The plan was to break you down emotionally, to make you question your worth, to leave you hurt and confused and desperate. They thought they was going to be able to use your feelings against you, manipulate your heart to get access to your resources, your connections, your energy. They had this whole timeline mapped out, how long it would take to get you to trust them, when to start asking for favors, how to slowly drain you without you noticing what was happening. They was following a script that somebody else wrote, playing a character that wasn't even real. Some of y'all caught feelings for somebody who didn't even exist. The person you fell in love with was a complete fabrication, a performance designed to deceive you. That should make you mad, but it should also make you proud of how you handled it. You got warned about what was really going on. You started having dreams that didn't make sense, getting feelings in your spirit that something wasn't right, noticing little things that didn't add up. Your intuition was working overtime trying to protect you. You was able to maneuver your way out of that situation without getting destroyed. And the way you did it was so smooth that you don't even realize how cold you look. Some of y'all think you look foolish because you caught feelings, but you actually played it perfectly. Your ex had to go back to whoever sent them and report that they failed. They couldn't complete their mission. They followed the script exactly like they were supposed to, but you didn't react the way you were supposed to. They sitting somewhere right now trying to explain how everything went wrong. Your ex is somewhere right now having a complete meltdown about how you handled that situation. They not just disappointed, minus they furious. They embarrassed. They confused about how their foolproof plan fell apart so spectacularly. They was probably bragging to their friends about how easy this was going to be, how they had you completely figured out, how they was going to have you doing whatever they wanted. They was talking real reckless about you, making jokes about how gullible you was, how simple it was going to be to manipulate you. They was saying stuff like, watch me get this person to fall in love with me, and then watch me break their heart into a million pieces. This is going to be so funny. They were so confident in their acting skills, so sure that you wouldn't be able to see through their performance. Well, it wasn't funny at all. It wasn't hilarious. It backfired on them in the most spectacular way possible, and now they dealing with consequences they never saw coming. Your ex is experiencing some serious karma right now. They fell completely out of favor with whoever was backing their operation because they couldn't deliver what they promised. They didn't get what they wanted from you, and now they sitting there looking real foolish. You completely demolished their ego in a way that's going to take them years to recover from. You took their pride, their confidence, their whole sense of self, and you destroyed it so thoroughly that they can't even remember who they was before they tried to play you. You stripped away their fake mask, the image they was trying to project, and exposed them for exactly what they really are. They've been looking for their swagger ever since, trying to find that confidence they used to have, but it's gone forever. They don't even know who they are anymore without that fake persona they was hiding behind. They sitting in front of mirrors trying to figure out how to be themselves again. But they've been pretending for so long they forgot what real even looks like. The wild part is some of y'all still don't understand how completely you dismantle someone's entire existence. You don't realize that you didn't just win. You erased them from the game entirely. Now the truth about everything is starting to come out, and this is where your victory gets official recognition. All the lies, all the deception, all the fake stuff that was hidden in the shadows is being dragged into the light where everybody can see it. People behind the scenes who witnessed what really happened are starting to speak up and vindicate you. The real story is finally being told, and it's painting a picture that's gonna shock people who thought they knew what was going on. Your enemies were so convinced that you was cheating somehow, that you was doing something dishonest or underhanded to get your victory. They were so bitter about losing, so unable to accept that you outsmarted them fair and square, that they demanded an investigation. They wanted somebody with credentials to come in and prove that you was being fraudulent, that your win wasn't legitimate, that you had some kind of unfair advantage that nobody else knew about. They was hoping to get your victory overturned, to expose you as a fraud. The investigation was thorough. They looked at every single move you made, every decision, every strategy, every resource you used. They interviewed people, they checked records, they verified everything multiple times. They was looking for any tiny detail they could use to discredit you. When all the facts came out, when all the evidence was examined, when all the witnesses testified, the truth was crystal clear. You didn't cheat, you didn't lie, you didn't scam nobody, you didn't break no rules. Every single thing you did was completely legitimate and above board. Your victory was 100% authentic. You are as real gets, operating with a level of integrity that most people can't even comprehend. You won because you were smarter, more strategic, more prepared, and more blessed than your competition. A lot of people gonna look at your success and automatically assume it's fake because they can't believe somebody could win that big while playing fair. They gonna think that's too good to be true. That person must be running some kind of scam. That's their limitation, not yours. The investigation proved that you was operating with integrity from start to finish. Your character is solid. Your methods was clean, your resources was legitimate, and your victory was earned through skill, strategy, and divine favor. Now let me paint you a picture of just how shocking your victory really was, because this is the kind of upset that's going to be talked about for decades. The revelation of your opponent's complete loss sent shockwaves through everybody who thought they knew how this story was going to end. You sitting at this metaphorical table with your poker face on. Your ex sitting there trying to look confident. Whoever was backing their operation sitting there thinking they got everything under control. And divine protection sitting there invisible to everyone except you. Everybody got their game faces on, but underneath the surface, emotions is running wild. Your opponents thought they was about to witness your complete destruction, and instead they're about to watch their own empire crumble in real time. Your victory is about to go down in history like one of those legendary sports upsets that nobody saw coming. You know, when there's a championship game and all the experts pick one team to win by 30 points, but the underdog comes out and destroys them. That's exactly what just happened in your life. Your enemies were so sure they had you beat, so convinced they was going to take everything from you that they started making moves based on their assumed victory. They were spending money they didn't have yet, making promises they couldn't keep, bragging about wins they hadn't earned. They got so confident they started doubling down on their bets, then tripling down, then going all in because they was absolutely certain they had this thing locked up. They was like, we can't lose this one. Let's risk everything because the payoff is guaranteed. That overconfidence is exactly what destroyed them. When you flipped the script on them, when you revealed your final move, they didn't just lose what they was expecting to win. They lost everything they already had too. The shock of your victory is still reverberating through everybody who was watching. People who wasn't even directly involved are standing there with their mouths open trying to process what they just witnessed. They're gonna be telling this story for years. Your enemies thought they was playing chess, but you was playing 4D chess while they were still trying to figure out how the pieces move. The level of strategy you displayed, the timing of your moves, the way you stayed calm under pressure, that's champion level execution. What you achieved isn't just a temporary win that's gonna fade away next week. This is lasting, permanent, carved in stone type of victory that's gonna define your legacy forever. You done secured your position in a way that can't be challenged, can't be overturned, can't be taken away. You the champion now. and that title belongs to you for life. Think about legendary athletes who win championships. Nobody can ever erase that from history. 20 years from now, people still gonna remember what you accomplished. 50 years from now, your victory's still gonna be part of the record books. This win is so significant, so monumental, that it's gonna outlive you. Your great-grandchildren gonna hear stories about what you did. People who wasn't even born yet gonna learn about your victory and use it as inspiration for their own battles. Your victory came at a serious cost to your opponents, though. You winning put them in a financial, emotional, and social slump that they might never recover from. They thought they was going to be living off your success, using your resources, manipulating you for their benefit. Some of them probably quit their jobs because they were so sure they was about to have access to your money. They started making major life decisions based on their expected victory over you. Moved into expensive apartments, bought cars they couldn't afford, started living a lifestyle they couldn't maintain. They was basing their entire stability on being able to trick you, control you, use you as their personal ATM. They was gambling with their own futures because they thought they had you completely figured out, thought you was going to be easy to manipulate. They was taking bets on their ability to destroy you, not just financial bets, but emotional bets, social bets, career bets. They was telling people, watch me take this person down. Watch me ruin their life. Watch me make them give me everything they got. Now that you pulled out your final card and secured your championship, the entire world collapsed. Everything they was counting on just disappeared, and they sitting there trying to figure out how they gonna pay for all the mistakes they made. Your victory in that romantic situation has had lasting consequences that your ex is still dealing with every single day. Ever since you saw through their act and walked away from their manipulation, it's been nothing but downhill for them. They made the worst bet of their life when they decided to try to play you. Whether they cheated on you, lied to you, tried to scam you in some kind of business deal, or just tried to use you for your resources, that decision has cost them everything they thought they was going to gain and more. They thought they was going to be able to deceive you and come out ahead. Thought they could manipulate your feelings and profit from your pain. They had this whole plan mapped out for how they was going to use you and then discard you when they was done. All of those schemes failed spectacularly, and now they're paying a price that's way higher than anything they ever expected. They're not just dealing with the loss of access to you, they're dealing with the loss of their reputation, their credibility, their self-respect, their peace of mind. You pulled off something that most people would call impossible. You had supernatural favor working on your behalf that your opponents couldn't detect, couldn't counter, couldn't even understand. You had protection that kept you safe from their psychological warfare, their emotional manipulation, their strategic attacks. The universe don't play when it comes to balancing the scales. When somebody tries to harm you through deception, when they try to steal from you through manipulation, when they try to destroy you through betrayal, all of that negative energy has to go somewhere, and it usually comes back to them multiplied. Your ex and everybody who was helping them learned that lesson the hard way. They thought they was playing a simple game of manipulation, but they was actually messing with cosmic forces that they couldn't begin to comprehend. The price they paying now is going to serve as a warning to anybody else who might be thinking about trying to run similar games on you in the future. Word gets around in these streets about who you can play with and who you can't, and your name just got added to the don't even try it list. You are the chosen one who pulled off the impossible, the one who outsmarted the smartest players in the game, the one who won a victory that everybody thought was completely out of reach. You didn't just beat your opponents, you redefined what winning looks like. This win defines you forever in the best way possible. You prove that authenticity always beats deception, that real always trumps fake, that truth always overcomes lies in the end. You showed the world what it looks like when someone operates with divine favor. Your victory is permanent, official, carved in stone, written in the stars, sealed in the record books of the universe. Nobody can take this away from you. Nobody can go back and change what happened. Nobody can rewrite history to make themselves look better. This is just the beginning of your winning streak, though. You done tapped into something powerful, something that's gonna keep working on your behalf for decades to come. You aligned yourself with forces that always win, and now you part of that winning team permanently. You saved your best trick for last, and when you revealed it, nobody could believe what they were seeing. You changed the entire game, flipped the script so hard it's still spinning, and showed everybody what real power looks like when it's backed by divine favor. The house always wins, except when it's going up against someone like you. When you got the universe on your payroll, when you walking in supernatural favor, when you operating with that level of protection and blessing, even the house has to bow down to your victory. You the chosen one, and this victory proves it beyond any doubt. You've been marked for greatness since before you was born, selected for success by forces that knew you was gonna need these advantages, destined for dominance in every area of your life. Your enemies thought they had you figured out, thought they knew exactly how this story was going to end, but they was dealing with someone who operates on a completely different level than they could comprehend. They was playing checkers while you was playing 5D chess with pieces they couldn't even see. You saved your best move for last, and nobody saw it coming until it was too late for them to do anything about it. That's the mark of a true champion, a real winner, a chosen one who knows how to play the long game and come out victorious when everything is on the line. Your name is now permanently associated with the kind of victory that seemed impossible until you proved it could be done. You broke the game, rewrote the rules, and showed everybody that when divine favor meets human determination, miracles don't just happen, they become inevitable.